Would you rather have wireless on the most reliable network nationwide or unlimited with 5G for $30 a month per line? You don't have to choose with Xfinity Mobile. Wireless so good it keeps one-upping itself. Most reliable based on Roots Metric US report. Results vary, not an endorsement. $30 per month per line when you get 4 lines.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget. Unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi there, I'm Adam Kirbas, and this is another episode of my podcast, The Supermarket Murder. Again, I'm looking over the dead body. I'm looking outside. Some onlookers, the police is trying to prevent onlookers from hampering with the investigation. I see the hand of the victim. His arm is seared. Seared in that way that it seems like that he was wearing a wristwatch. And it was apparently taken from him. Or he forgot it before he went and had the supermarket. Well, these things happen because you are in Turkey. There are a lot of poor people. You do not want to raise suspicion. You do not want to wake sleeping dogs. So you do not wear too much jewelry. If you have an expensive watch, you take it down and put it into your pocket. You do not necessarily leave it in your motel room or at home, because this further encourages people to break in to your house or in your car, so you have all your possessions always with you. This is what normally people do. I check out his pockets. None. There is no watch. There is not even an ID. This strikes me as odd. People knew that he was a foreigner. How did they know? This thing is getting more and more strange. How did they know that he's a foreigner? Maybe one of the supermarket staff touched the body and took away the ID. And I find a cell phone. It is not a smartphone. It is one of those old cell phones. And you have to struggle to get those old cell phones, because nowadays everyone is carrying a smartphone with them around. No one, or only a few, is using those old cell phones like Nokia. And I look over this cell phone. It looks old. It is a very old model. It is an old Nokia model. And it looks like used. You can see scratches on the cover. People, those scratches derive from putting it into your pocket. The keys make a lot of scratches. Coins. And I wonder who is carrying so much coins with him. Because nowadays, especially in Europe, I know people are more and more paying with bank cards. You do not carry a lot of money with you. And if you do only bills and not really coins. And I know that in Turkey, people are still paying in cash. So this is weird. Why would a tourist use an old phone? And on the cover one sees he has been using it for a while, I would assume at least a couple of years. I look at the hair, I look at the hands and the physique of the victim. I would estimate his age around 30. He's not older, so this means he's a millennial. And millennials use smartphones. Millennials is scarce that millennials use old cell phones. They use it, of course, people who do not want to be detected, trying to avoid detection. Now I became curious. What was he afraid of? Because new smartphones, especially the Facebook app and all other apps, can be used to track down someone. If someone has access to your Facebook account and to your Messenger account, he can even read your messages on your phone, even though you did not choose the Messenger app from Facebook or Alphabet, as it is, or as it is called. If you would not use Facebook app, the Messenger app, it doesn't matter. Still, it is still being used. You can still read messages on your phone. That's why some people who don't want to be detected choose an old phone and rather use Facebook, Instagram on their personal computer, because the personal computer has better firewalls. I look at the phone. It is an easy lock, and I immediately check out the contacts. There are only a few. This is again surprising, because it is not likely that millennials have only a few contacts. I swipe down. One contact states mine, which I assume it is his phone number. Another is for Hotmail. The third is the motel. It states there. And the fourth is a name. Aziz Abi. And that's it. So you do not have, on this phone are no contacts of parents, no contacts of friends, only one person, Aziz. This is a tourist. And even though he would be, and this is odd in that sense, he should have had at least 10 contacts. Because if he's a tourist, and if he came to Turkey on vacation, doesn't he have a job or something? And even if he's unemployed, he needs to have the phone of the job center. or he has had, or this victim had a photographic memory. He could memorize all these numbers. But I wonder if he could memorize numbers. It would be still a few. And it is as odd. And if this victim would be Turkish, then no way only a few phone numbers would suffice. Because in Turkey, this very people hold close bonds to their family members. People are closer, especially people from low social and financial backgrounds. This has to do with the fact that if you're poor, if you're uneducated, if you work mundane jobs in which you cannot really personally develop, if you are doing odd jobs, the same repetitive tasks from day to day, you have not really something to brag about. So your life is pretty much the same in Turkey as well as in Europe. If you want to accomplish something, you need higher education, and with higher education, ambition sets in, because first you have more opportunities, and because you have more opportunities, people expect from you more, that you accomplish more. That's why in families of the middle class, competition among family members is higher. People, you compete for resources, for accomplishments, school degrees, and so on. But these things do not matter among the poor, which then in return leads to closer social bonds. People do not have to hate each other because of competition derives a lot of envy and hate, of course. This is something you see among upstarts. If someone is an upstart, or if in a big family only one or two are upstarts, this has always a bad taste for all the others, because they assume, yeah, we could have done better as well, and this is sometimes being perceived as an accusation. Look, your cousin, your uncle, your brother has accomplished something and you didn't. Why? These things get nasty. Hate, envy, hate gets in. Social bonds get looser because you do not want to face this accusation every time. You do not want to face this inferiority. However, I press the mine button, my phone number. I try to figure out the carrier code. Where had the victim bought his phone contract? And I see through the carrier code that the phone number belongs to the supermarket. The supermarket offers cheap phone contracts, cheap mobile phone contracts. These are especially for people, for poor people who need a lot of time to talk, who do not really care about anything, or who do not really care about special offers, but who just want something cheap. Huh? And I see, and now, but these are the phone contracts, the supermarket offers. These are mostly long-lasting contracts. Even they may use prepaid cards. These are those phone contracts. You would rather buy such a phone contract if you decided to stay a year or longer in Turkey, not as a tourist, because all those established carriers, they have bargains for tourists. They have special offers for tourists. So it is rather unusual that a tourist firstly buys a phone contract by a discounter, because this would imply that he trusts this counter, and it is possible indeed. But if you are a tourist, you go abroad to enjoy life. You do not want to eat poor food. You do not want to scrape by. You do not want to restrict your enjoyment. You had put money aside for a year now, because such a vacation needs mostly planning. It is true, young folks do not plan much. They some sort of go on vacation out of a whim. This is true, but however, you have some sort of savings. You put aside money because you, even though you want to travel out of a whim, you have special seasons. This depends where you work, when is your, when you have your time off, when you granted vacation, and according to that you prepare yourself to go on vacation. And this goes even so far that you some sort of reduce your spending in Europe, so that you have in those 1 or 2 weeks on vacation everything you have everything you can do, because you think to yourself, if I have more money on vacation, I can enjoy life more. And for that reason, it doesn't make sense why you go to supermarkets, which firstly have way fewer products in their assortment, which offer way few products, and of those products, they way no suffice to European standard. Because if you grew up in the northern hemisphere, despite the fact that you may have grown up poor, you have some sort of standards. These living standards, or this living standard is higher than the living standard in Turkey. So it is weird. Why would you go on a vacation in indulge in a lower living standard. Because if that person would have been really a tourist, then wouldn't it have been smarter to stay in Europe or to stay in the US? Because your living standard would have been higher in any ways. Because an American supermarket, despite the fact it is Walmart, the American supermarket has way more variety, way more quality products. So you would not exchange this for a vacation. Your goal in vacation, your goal when you go on vacation is to enjoy life. So these all strikes me as weird. I look again around in the supermarket. This person was shot in the head. Why in the head? He was shot in his face. I mean, if you wanna kill someone, the hardest thing to do is to look someone in the eyes. Because if you look someone in the eyes, you feel yourself watched by your own conscience. In Japan, for example, in order to prevent suicide, the Japanese authorities put up mirrors so that people, before they kill themselves, actually see themselves, eye themselves. And the same happens if you want to kill someone and you look him in the eyes. This is like you watching back at yourself. So it is always hard to face someone. And normally you do not look someone in the eyes. And if you want to shoot someone in his face, while you are aiming at him, you have to look them in the eyes. So this means this is pretty much cold. Cold in that sense that this person who knew this victim firstly did not have any scruples and probably had either a deep hatred against this person, or this was some sort of revenge, some vendetta, what have you. But this is odd. And then in a supermarket, I look at the ceiling. There are cameras all over the supermarket. So someone shot him in public, in a supermarket, in day time. I assume he was shot around midday, where the supermarket must actually be full, and it is a weekday. The shoes do not fit. The jacket he's wearing is too thick. Outside it is sunshine, and if he is a tourist firstly always are aware about the weather, because this is one of the main issues if you go on vacation. This is weather, because you do, especially if you go on vacation in summer, you want to have clear sunshine. You don't want to sit at the motel while outside it is raining. No, you want to enjoy the beach. You want to enjoy those 2 or 3 weeks of your vacation. And if you go somewhere during winter, especially if you go skiing or want to enjoy winter activities again, you will heed weather predictions, weather forecasts, so that you do not have to miss anything on vacation. And I still have this pungent smell of the floor soap in my nose. One woman appears. She looks at me. She's short. Her face is somewhere similar. I have seen these face features somewhere before, because you can pretty much determine of someone's facial features where he comes from and with whom he or she's related. But I can't remember for now. I'm looking at her. I'm watching at her. I've seen these facial features, but I don't remember. She's calm, and this is pretty much surprising, because a dead body lies on the floor of her supermarket. Turkey is not well known for a lot of deaths. It is true, there is always some sort of a war going on, but this war is far away, and the media prevents pictures of atrocities to circle around. So she, if she's Turkish, she actually should have been shocked by the sight of the dead body. This is something you do not see every day. Of course, some people have perfect poker faces. Some people are shocked without you noticing them. Some people are in full control about their facial features. Some people can stay calm no matter what they do. But she is too calm. And I see that she's wearing a supermarket uniform, and the supermarket uniform is at least 2 numbers too big for her. She tells me her name is Melis. I greet her. She does not ask me who I am. She does not look at me in my eyes. She only looks at the dead body. And I see some sort of hate in her eyes. You can see her eyes darken, like that she knew the person. I asked her, did you know the person? She says no. Then I ask her, how long have you been working here? She says, you know this, she's acting. She says, I've been working here for almost 10 years. I grow thoughtful. She has been working here for 10 years and yet she's wearing a uniform which does not fit her. I ask here in this supermarket. She says, well, yes, here and some other supermarkets as well. What happened? I ask her. She says he was a dangerous man. Yeah, but you did not know him. Yeah, but I heard about him. She smiles awkwardly. What did you hear about him? Well, he's a pervert. This is what people say. Yes. Who says that? Everyone. What happened? I don't know, but he groped a girl. Whom did he grope? A girl. When? Right before. What was he doing here? She looks at me as if I would be an idiot who would ask her what was this man doing here. She smiles. This is a supermarket. Didn't he buy something? He did. Where is it? We are the dead body is in the middle of the supermarket. He has not bought anything. He has no shopping cart. His hands are not holding anything. She looks at me. I don't tell her my suspicion. But this is all weird. This is all weird because you go into a supermarket to buy stuff. Or you come to visit someone. Did he visit here? Anyone? She says no. Again, she looks at me smugly, with a smug expression. She probably thinks that I'm stupid or something. I said, good. Are you alone here? Then she gets thoughtful, almost troubled. She responds, well, no, some of my colleagues are back at the back. Can I see them? Again, she comes uncomfortable. She fidgets with her hands. And I see she has something in her pocket. It looks like a smartphone. When I asked her, can I talk to others? To the others, she almost would have taken out her smartphone and probably messaged them. Again, I repeat to her, I want to talk to the others. Where are they? Well, behind, I walk past her, but she immediately tries to stop me. She said, well, they are under shock because this is heavy. Seeing a dead person has a severe impact on your psychology. I don't assume that they will be able to talk to you. She looks at me embarrassed. I become thoughtful, and then I respond, well, let's just have a look on them and have their names. Can I have your ID? Can you show me some ID? I ask her. Now she brightens up. Now she takes out her ID. She's proud. She regains her confidence. I look at the ID. It is not the ID of a Turkish citizen, but of a foreigner. I read Azerbaijan, so she is not Turkish. And then I read the name. It is a very common name in the province. And she even puts her finger on the line where her surname stands to draw extra attention to it. The ID is, and this again makes me thoughtful because I know the name and now I remember her facial features. She's a member of this family. I go. She still smiles at me. I say to her indifferently, I will keep your ID. You don't mind, do you? She is rebuffed. You see, I see that she did not expect it. Something like that. She is uncomfortable and answers, well, yeah, okay, but I have to tell this to my uncle. She puts a lot of emphasis on her uncle. I say, well, you can tell him that because this is a homicide investigation, and we would warmly appreciate everyone's cooperation because we want to shed light in a murder in this supermarket. This does not happen every day, does it? She does not respond. She again looks at the dead body, thoughtful. And she can look at the dead body coldly. And I'm pretty much surprised by her coldness. I walk past her in the staff room. In the staff room, I see two men. Both of them are troubled. One of them immediately gets up when he sees me and states, "Sorry, Mr. Police Officer, but we are under shock. We can't talk right now." The other man is troubled, almost close to tears. I see he's pale. I ask who found the victim. The one who stands up points at the pale one. The pale shop assistant weakly motions that he found the dead body, and I see now that he probably watched the dead body, saw the dead body, and that he's troubled, genuinely troubled by what he saw. I grew thoughtful again. But the other is like the woman, Melis, undeterred, cold. He doesn't seem to care. I see his teeth. I see that he does not brush his teeth, and I see his hands. They are worked down. These are not the hands of a shop assistant. These are the hands of a laborer, of someone who works with shovels. He has bulges on his hands, and these are the hands of someone, of a farmer, of someone who plows his fields, but not of a shop assistant. "What is your name?" I asked the pale one. He responds, "Mehmet." He's troubled.
It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details. It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.